Hello. Okay, so let's do the interview practice. Yeah, my eye itches. Let's go. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Sure. Uh, I'm, um, I'm a grad student at university in Japan. Majoring information technology, and I'm in a master degree. I'm studying for master degree. Wait. So grad student at I'm a grad student at university, majoring information technology, and now I've been taking a leave of absence for a year. Um, 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 um. I at university I generally learned algorithms, securities, databases, networks, and so on. But I spent most of the times I spent most of the times on game development and competitive programming. Speaking of game development, I have created a lot of things, but such as such as 3D AI tag games, 3D such as 3D AI tag game where I created AI by reinforcement learning, and one of it the another one and another one is another one is hands-free device hands-free hands-free shooting game hands-free shooting game. Another one is hands-free shooting games where we managed to wait I have created a lot of I have created a lot of games and I did team-based development 4 times, one of which is AI tagging, where I created AI by using reinforcement learning. Where that's so long. So so as for game development, I experienced 4 times. I experienced team-based development 4 times. It includes agile development. It includes agile-like development, and I created AI. I wait. So I created AI. Mm, AI hands-free, which is agile, and what is the one more thing? And I participated in a competitive game development contest and got Grand Prix. So I experienced some I experienced some yeah I experienced some team-based development that includes wait I experienced some team-based development. I I created AI games, AI tag games. I created I created hands-free shooting games with agile development system, and I created brain training game for the game development contest, and we got Grand Prix. So this is about. I'm ready to talk about the detail if you want to. If you want, I'm ready to talk about it if you want. And as for competitive programming, I used to participate in. Wait, I used to participate in AdCoder, which is just like which is which is the most famous competitive programming contest in Japan, just like Top Coder, and my rank indicates that. Wait, so what rank is it? Top Coder versus AdCoder. Compare. Okay, so I'm not sure how. Mm, no direct conversion. Code forces. What's up, guys? So because last video I talked about why I thought that uh, Top Coder was better than Code Forces, today I'm going to talk about why I believe AppCoder is better than Code Forces. And here I'll give a few reasons why. Alright, first of all, if you look at AppCoder, most of the time I have to wake up at 7 a.m. to go on to the time. Yeah, this is equivalents that are equal to x from a. See, that's a pretty short problem statement. Whereas if I go on Codeforce and I look at a problem statement, there's always a bunch of Alice and Bob and all this story I have to read. Like if I go here, shifting stacks, there's a lot of stories I have to read. This might not be a big story, actually. Yeah, this is a huge story. Like, oh, look, crap. There's some houses, and I have a friend, and then I don't know, Alice and Bob does some stuff. I mean, this hurts my brain. You go to AppCoder, the problem statements are really short, and I don't have to deal with Bob or Alice. So that's pretty good. Why I think AppCoder is better. So another thing that I think why AppCoder is better than Codeforces is because AppCoder has a lot of math problems. It's something to do that Codeforces is starting to change by incorporating more math problems, but a lot of AppCoder problems are really just math. And I think the reason why is because I think the Japanese really love math. But anyway, if we just go to AppCoder regular contest 113, here, find the number of triplets for A, B, and C such that A, B, C is less than or equal to K. And the two triplets, the number of triplets for A, B, and C such that A, B, C is less than or equal to K. And the two triplets are less than or equal to K. And the triplets for A, B, and C such that A, B, C is less than or equal to K. And the two triplets are disordered. Oh, what is happening? It's bouncing. See, that is very hard. I'm not touching it. Combinatorics problems. These are math combinatorics problems. Where is it? Whereas if you go on Codeforces, they don't really ask these type of problems. Most of the problems are like ad hoc, like at least Division 2A and 2B. They're mostly ad hoc or basic number theory problems. They're not really these difficult combinatorics problems. Combinatorics is really hard, and I think the Japanese really like that. So another good thing why I think AppCoder is better than Codeforce is because if you go on the sometimes they almost never post the editorial, and that's actually pretty fine. Like if you go on like beginner contest 128, they didn't. Oh, here someone posted the editorial here, but like normally they post the editorial like weeks later. We could actually go on 113. Okay, so what was that? So speaking of competitive programming, I used to participate in AdCoder. I used to do AdCoder, which is the most famous competitive programming contest website. Competitive, which is the most famous contest website in Japan, just like Top Coder or Codeforces. And I'm not sure the comparative rank. The similar rank. I don't know. So my rank on Coder indicates that I have the necessary knowledge. I have the necessary knowledge that most IT company typically look for. so so um, I have the my level of knowledge is higher than wait. I want to be asked about the final stage of ICPC, but yeah, I used to join at Coder, which is just like Top Coder or Codeforces, and I also joined ICPC. Have you ever heard of ICPC? ICPC is inter ICPC stands for International Collegiate Programming Contest, uh, which students from different countries, universities join and compete, compete against each other. Compete for compete for the prize, strive to gain or win. Okay, compete for something. Compete to win. Compete to win the prize. Compete to win the prize. Yeah. So students from many different countries, universities join and compete to compete to win the prize. This is so much fun. This was so much fun, and I passed. Wait, I got through the selection stage with I got through the qualifying stage with two teammates. So this is about my two topics, two main topics, and I also worked for some companies. Uh, one of which was a startup company. Where I worked as a full stack engineer and full stack engineer, and I used Next.js and AWS, Next.js and AWS. Then I learned Next.js. Then I learned GitHub and Docker and stuff like and TypeScript, Next.js like that. And and one of and another in another company, it was a non-IT company, and I worked for the company as a salesman. Wait, I was working in the sales department, so I didn't at first I didn't do IT stuffs, but um I was automating I was automating some um chores. I was automating some chores, some um unnecessary tasks, unnecessary processes. So I was automating some uh I was automating some unnecessary tasks, unnecessary processes of tasks. So then my colleagues realized that, and eventually the IT company, no, eventually the IT department, eventually eventually I began to collaborate with the IT department and created some a Python application to automate tasks in sales department. So that is about the company. And I also, speaking of my qualification, I have uh, I've got the Applied Information Technology Engineering examination that is organized by IPA. IPA, yeah, organized by I think IPA should be Yeah, it requires both wide and deep, broad and wide knowledge in the IT fields. I really like the test, right? Like the examination because it uh because we can choose the sections. We can choose 5 sections out of 11 sections, and I chose security, database, and I think network programming and system development. So this is my favorite fields because because I made great efforts in it into it. I made great efforts into it. Make an effort to do. I made great effort into it. I made great efforts into it. So, yeah. So I yeah. So, what is competitive programming? As competitive programming is where people compete to win the prize or compete to compete to beat each other by solving problems by solving programming problems by solving programming programs. By solving a problem by solving the problems by math problems by math problem. What is competitive programming? Tell me. Mind sport. What's mind sport? Oh, it's not a physical sport. Mind sports where participants solve algorithmic problems under strict time limits using a programming language of their choice. So we can choose the programming language of their choice, of our choice. Okay. Using a programming language of our choice. Using a programming language of our choice. Of our choice. Algorithmic. Algorithmic problems. Algorithmic problems. Under strict time limits. Under strict time limits, using a programming language of our choice. Of our choice. Of our choice. Okay, so this is competitive programming. What is competitive programming? Competitive programming is a mind sport. Mind sport. It's a sport. Yeah, it's a mind sport. What is mind sport then? I don't know. Competitive activities that test mental strength and skill rather than physical strength. A mind sport. So competitive programming is a mind sport where people compete to solve a people compete and solve algorithmic problems by using under strict limit time under strict limit times under strict limit times limits strict time limits under strict time limits and using a programming language of their choice. Wow. So algorithmic. So people compete and solve algorithmic problems, and the faster and the more, mm, the faster and more people solve the problems, the higher rank they get. So this is competitive programming, mind sport. So, okay. So tell me about your game. Uh, what was your favorite? What was your the best? What was your best experience? My best experience is I'm gonna eat snack. Mm. I'm gonna take a risk. No, 7 more minutes. So my best experience, as I said, I think. Mm, as a player, do you want to? Do you want to? Do you want to hear? Do you want to? I have the best experiences. One of which is as a player. Mm, I have two big. I have two best experiences. I have two best experiences as a player and as a minute manager. As a player and as a manager. Which do you want to hear? Which do you want to know? Which do you want to know? Hmm. Game development. B dash. So as a player, I my best experience is creating B dash. This is a game of this is a AI 3D tag game. 3D AI tag game. This is a 3D AI tag game where a player is chased by a as player escapes from AI taggers. So you cannot be tagged by the taggers. Chasers, yeah. I mean chasers, yeah. So in this in this experience, in this development, in this development experience, developing experience, in this developing experience, I I did reinforcement learning to I use reinforcement learning to make AI taggers. Um, so I train them by firstly you set the goal. You set the goal. You set the goal. You set. I set the straight line, uh, the horizontal one and vertical one, and the tagger, the AI agent starts from the from one end of the straight line and another end at the another end we have goal, and if the agent arrive at the goal, they got the prize. I mean point. Yeah, what's that? I forgot the terminology, but yeah. So they learn how to move forward and how to move backward, how to move up and down. And after that, we're going to after that I changed the area field. What? I changed the stage. Yeah. So I prepared three stage vertical line, horizontal line, vertical line, and both. This is like cube, cube's edges. Yeah, the lines on the cube's edges. So, for example, the edges are the passages where AI can go through, through which AI can go, and I put goals somewhere in the passages. I put some goals in the passages. It works. It actually works. It worked, and I can show you. I can show you the video. I can show you the gameplay video. This is my channel for uploading video. So yeah, I use reinforcement learning to create AI taggers. And it got the yeah, it also got the Grand Prix, but it's only in a college in a college class, so it's not a huge one. And I also, as a manager, my best experience as a manager is creating Coeto Buster, Coeto Buster, Coeto Buster, Coeto Buster, Coeto Buster, Coeto Coeto Buster, Coeto Buster. It is kind of twisting name, twisted name, distorted name. This is a kind of distorted name by Japanese words. This means throw in throwing your voice. Yeah, throwing your voice. Throw in throwing your voice. So I created this game with two teammates, and we try to we I think I can say that we managed to do agile like development. It's not the accurate one, but we created MVP, minimum MVP, minimum viable product, MVP, minimum viable product, and we got feedbacks from our friends, and we reflected reflect. Right? So we make it apply. No. Implement it. Implement. We implemented the ideas we've got. we implemented those ideas we've got from the feedbacks. Feedback. Feedback is, I think, uncountable. No? Oh, okay. Feedback is uncountable, so don't say feedbacks. So feedback. So we implemented those ideas uh that we've got from the feedback. So and make it bigger. And I think we create and we redo it. We do it again. We do it again. We repeated it. Yeah, we repeated this. We repeated the process, I think, 3 times to make it gradually bigger. So at first we only had this is why I call it a giant like. But from the experience, I learned the importance of agile, like making it gradually bigger, making the development gradually bigger makes us um makes us stay making development hmm? Making the product gradually bigger. Making the product gradually bigger enables us to stay in the proper direction. So if we don't do that, we got we got lost. We got lost. We stray. We stray in. We might stray. We would. So if we didn't do this, if we didn't do this, we might have, we would have, we would have strayed in the wrong direction and couldn't make a fun game. So I learned it. I learned the importance of it. I learned the import. I learned the importance of it. Oh, I didn't do much. Okay, so let's take a rest.